Light skin privilege doesn't exist. It doesn't. Light skinned women are not given more opportunities than dark skinned women. That's not true. Light skinned women are not deemed more attractive in society as they compare to darker skinned women. That's a lie. We are all black women and we're all treated the same way. I don't know where people have gotten this theory from. We all have the same struggle. Why would anyone even say something like that? That is just further dividing us as black people, and we need to stay focused on the fact that we're all black and we're all struggling. This is some of the most foolish things that people will be saying and coming out of their mouth. People without sense, common sense, will be saying this, be shouting, yes, there's no such thing as light skin privilege. What's light skin privilege? What's that? What's there? No. It's clear that these people don't live in 2020. It's clear that these people have now opened their eyes and opened their ears. It doesn't make sense. I have seen people say things like this. I have read people saying things like this. It is amazing to me that in 2020, people still believe that light skin privilege doesn't exist. Hey guys, my name is Nneoma. For those of you who are just joining, you can also call me Nee. Thank you for coming to my channel. As you can see, we are going to be talking about colorism, okay? And yes, I'm a light skinned woman, and I feel it is very important for people like me to also talk about this. So before we get started, I need you to do one thing for me. I hear it's free. Nobody's got to get hurt. You literally just have to click on a red button. I think it's the subscribe button. I think that's what it is. And you're subscribed. We'll be having a lot more videos, so I'm just gonna wait for you to do that. Okay, cool. Let's get started. So, I'm a light-skinned woman, and I felt like it was really important to talk about this, especially considering the time that we are in, the space that we're in. I don't think this topic can ever go out of style. It's not a trend anyway. I think just based off of recent events, things I've seen online, and just things I've watched, I felt like, no, I need to talk about this. I need to make a video on this. First things first, things that are not true. Light-skinned women are not prettier than darker-skinned women just because they're light. I think everyone in 2020 have seen examples of light skin, brown skin, medium skin, dark skin women that are not the most beautiful woman in the world. And when I say beautiful, obviously that's subjective. Secondly, let's also talk about beauty, okay? Let's talk about it in the heart. So I'm saying that there are not so beautiful women across all of the skin tones, including light-skinned women, because we got to get that idea out of our head, okay? There are beautiful women across all spectrums, all shades. I shouldn't even have to be saying this right now. Let's just, make that clear, okay? Light-skinned women are not sweeter or nicer than darker-skinned women. A lot of times, dark-skinned women are considered or seen as aggressive, mean, bitchy. Just things like that. And it's like, why do you think that why do people think that because you're lighter skinned, you'll be nicer or sweeter than a dark skinned woman? Dark skinned women can express themselves and it seems like they have an attitude. And generally that is across the board for black women generally. But I feel as if people are more so quicker to say, oh no, she's just angry. Oh no, she's just bitter. She has an attitude problem, So just wanted to clear that up. I mean, we can see it in little examples such as angel's cake and devil's cake. Why devil's cake gotta be dark? What's up with that? Why do we have to associate bitter and devilish and mean and bad with dark, and then angel and light and nice and pretty and all this stuff with light? Ridiculous. Light-skinned women are not more talented than darker-skinned women. So in a lot of cases, let's talk about TV, media. Who is getting, you know what, girl? We're gonna get into this, okay? Let me just kind of start off with one of the reasons why I was inspired to even talk about this. So, Asian Doll tweeted, and I quote, "A lot of you light-skinned girls posting Black Lives Matter," and I say Black Lives Matter because it's in quotations, "like you hoes not racist too. Y'all bullied dark-skinned girls all of our life thinking y'all was better than us, talked about our skin color, called us monkeys, you hoes fraud, keep spreading fake love, you hoes will never understand us." Well, damn. As a light-skinned woman, I'm a little triggered. I'm like, damn, sis, not all light-skinned girls did that. I'm triggered for a lot of different reasons. So one, I want to start off by saying that I understand where Asian Doll's coming from, okay? I am not ignoring or belittling the fact that she, obviously went through some things with colorism and was bullied in school and was called a monkey and just all ridiculous things that bullies did back then. It's messed up. So I understand where she's coming from with that. I do want to say that I think sis is kind of mixing up colorism with racism. Okay, it's two different things. Colorism is like prejudice against, skin tone. Racism is prejudice against race. Okay, it's two different things. And then secondly, I feel a little weight because I was never the light-skinned girl or light-skinned hoe in this case that talked about other people or bullied other people because of their skin tone. I never even like it actually never once occurred to me personally, and this is my privilege, okay, we're gonna talk about my privilege in a second, but it never once occurred to me that, oh, this girl's darker than me, so I'm prettier than her, or she's uglier than me. And that's a privilege for me, because I do believe that if I was darker skinned or darker, I probably would have the experience of feeling like, you know, insecure or not enough, or feel like, God, like this light-skinned girl's prettier than me, I'm ugly, you know? So I totally understand that. But damn, Asian, no. So I want to speak about my experience as a light-skinned woman and just our responsibility, okay? Because we have a responsibility. Generally right now, the world is crazy. We are dealing with 2 pandemics. Racism, which has been an ongoing pandemic, you know, since, I guess, the beginning of America. And then obviously coronavirus. We are not safe. We're still in the pandemic, okay? I hope y'all wearing your mask right now. Well, okay, technically you wouldn't be, because I'm assuming you're home if you're watching this. But you get my point. And I feel as if we have a responsibility. So one, I think that it's very, very, very important to defend our darker skinned sisters, our brown skinned sisters. Defend your sisters, period. But I think as a light skinned woman, and that privilege. So my privilege is not having to go into a casting and think like, oh, they're not gonna pick me because I'm darker, and like, you know, they're not gonna pick me because, you know, maybe I'm not as cute or I'm not as attractive. And this is some of the thoughts that actually go on in our sisters' heads. You know, like, am I good enough, or are they just gonna pick the light-skinned girl? I get that. It's ridiculous. So, you know, that's one of my privilege. You know, obviously I think just even with slavery, you know, you had the house slaves and the field slaves. And a lot of times the house slaves were a lighter skin tone. So what does that look like? The white man, because we are a little closer in shade to them, but we still got our melanin though, you know, but because we're closer to them, they wanted us to serve in their house. So I guess we wouldn't have to work as hard, or we wouldn't be out in the hot sun compared to the field slave that was out on the fields, and they tended to be darker. I want to be very clear and understand that it was colonialism that separated us, and it was certain people influencing us and telling us that one skin tone is superior to the other. Now, I think another argument people have made is that, well, girl, I'm black too. I gotta struggle too. I'm struggling just with y'all. Yes, sis, we are all struggling. We all have our insecurities, and we're all going through things. But it's very, very important to call out and acknowledge your privilege and fight for the equality in beauty, the equality in society for our darker sisters, our darker skinned sisters, our brown sisters, anyone that has more melanin than you. It's important. So how do we do that? One, we can do that with opportunities, right? So if you are in a room and you see just light-skinned people everywhere, you just see either white or light-skinned people everywhere, the thought needs to occur in your mind, well, damn, this does not represent all types of black people or all types of black women. Where are our darker sisters at? Where they at? They just as beautiful, they're just as talented, they're just as smart, you know? So I think it's about speaking up about that type of stuff and calling that out. It's also with your friends, because a lot of times, you know, our friends don't know or don't think that they're colorist, but you low-key just white bait, okay? You know, we can also see that more commonly in preference when people be like, yo, I just like light-skinned girls, or I just like dark-skinned guys. As Mike Todd would say, I'm in your business. No, listen, I was once guilty of kind of saying like, yo, I just want to date dark-skinned men. I don't want light-skinned men. I don't want brown-skinned men. And if you kind of look within the you know, when you kind of get below the surface and you kind of get inside, you might realize that may just be a colorist comment, and your mind may be a little skewed there. But you know what? We're not going to get into that in today's video, but I want you to think about that. I have since changed my views, and I realized, and also there are so many cute guys and like handsome guys in all shades. So it was kind of just like, well, why did you not want a light-skinned guy, Nneoma? I think at the point I was like, oh, well, because I'm light, I want somebody that's going to have a little bit more melanin, so when we have kids, like just stupid stuff. Listen, your girl has, you know, dated, okay, I'm saying, so I just want to let you know, light-skinned men are in my pool as well, okay? I've since changed that, and you can too. Another thing that you can do to be an ally is to disassociate yourself with people with this mindset. So people who say things like cockroach, rat, what are some other derogatory names that people refer to black women as, because that's a little, you know, there's little clues there in that. Choice of words when referring to a darker skinned sister. You know, you got to pay attention to that. I think also questioning people as to why they have a preference for light skinned women. Also finding out whether people are attracted to darker skinned women, whether they find them to be attractive, because that's something else. I think that it's really important to look for these things. And I feel like this could be a very triggering conversation for a lot of people. It could be, it's a very controversial topic, but it's very important to address in 2020. We need equality, babe. Talking to the people who don't believe that light skin privilege is a thing, that light skinned people aren't more sought after or aren't given more opportunities or aren't seen in a different light. If you disagree with that in 2020, there's a problem, babe. And listen, everyone has been ignorant to something. But if you're coming across this video, if you do not believe in this, I need you to change your thinking. I need you to do some research on this, babe. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of resources. There's no reason why you cannot create and join the walk and journey of unlearning things. Okay? You know, if you have friends who don't believe in this, it's also about telling them to. Eventually disassociating yourself, because we can't be around people who think that certain shades, certain races are superior to them. We can't have that. As a light-skinned woman, I have, you know, been told things like, I like your color. I like your skin tone. What are you using on your skin? Are you using cream? When I have gone to Nigeria before, I've actually been told these things. The I like your color comment is a little, I don't accept it. I just feel like it's one of those things that I just cannot, like, why do you like my color? Who says that? Like, I like your skin tone. Okay. And then people assume that I've bleached. If you have not watched my last video on that, go check that out. I just feel like I'm just one of those people that if I ever see anyone making kind of a colorist comment or like saying, oh, you're beautiful or you're this because your skin tone, I always kind of like whip it right back at them. Like, yo, you're so beautiful too. I hope you know that. Or she's just as beautiful as I am, you know? I just want to really make sure, or tell them like, hey, like, let's not sit here and say that I'm only beautiful or I'm only pretty because I'm light skinned or because I'm light skinned. Like that, we can't have that in 2020. Like we can't. And another thing too is that when we see our darker sisters talking about this topic, shout out to my girl Eloho, by the way. If you are not following Eloho or not watching her videos, please go there because she is a great resource for Black issues, society issues. Generally, she's a gem. She's so real. That's my girl. Very knowledgeable young woman and very powerful and confident. In the past, she has made videos about colorism or to address that, and people have thought that she was hating or that she was bitter or that she was jealous. We need to stop that thinking in 2020 as well. Listen, I read Asian Doll's comment and I didn't even once feel, so when I said triggered, just triggered in the sense that she's calling us hoes. Like, why we gotta be hoes for, you know? And she's also generalizing light-skinned women. I personally kind of felt like, damn, it doesn't speak for all of us. But I, again, understood where she was coming from. So when you see your darker skinned sister talking about this issue, do not get offended. Do not feel as if, oh my God, but what are you talking about? Don't feel defensive. Don't say that we're all having Black issues or we're all struggling. Don't do that. Because listen, in my video, I also talk about me growing up light skinned and something that I've faced in school. So yes, I've been bullied before, but we need to understand that it's nothing compared to what our darker skinned sisters had to go through. Like, let's not make this about us, please, okay? So when you see them, support them, uplift them, you know, don't get offended, because if you're not someone that is a colorist and you're not someone that thinks that your skin tone is better or prettier or just superior to the other skin tone, then you have nothing to be worried about, okay? Just sit down and listen to your girl, okay? Because she's venting and she needs to get it off her chest. That's what you can do as a light-skinned person. So, you know, there's a whole agenda here with this whole light skin is more pretty. There's a lot of history lessons on this. There's a lot of facts online. We have the paper bag method. There's a lot of things of people addressing this, but I just want to say that representation matters. Again, if you're at an opportunity or if you're somewhere or you hear something, like, it's just kind of really important to root for your darker skinned sisters too and bring that up in conversation. It's not enough to just feel like, yeah, I don't think I'm more pretty because I'm light skinned, or I don't think, like, it's about doing the work and like advocating for everyone, wherever you are, whoever you're with. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So I don't want to babble on too long. I just felt like it was really important to say this. As a light-skinned woman, I understand my privilege. I have a platform. Not a lot of light-skinned women are talking about this, so I think that's a little problematic as well, because we need us to be talking about this as well and carrying that story and carrying that struggle for our sisters as well, because we need equality in 2020, babe. And I know that it's a long journey. We still have long ways to go, but it's really important. So if you're a person that is in power, you know, whether you're a casting director, whether you work in HR, whether You know, you have some type of power or ability to hire someone or cast someone or uplift someone, please do it. If you guys want to see more videos like this, let me know. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you've ever struggled or faced any adversity or been bullied growing up. Let me know about your story. This is really a safe space, guys. Like, let's exchange, let's talk, let's vibe. You know, your girl is back, okay? We have a lot of YouTube videos coming out this month, because I've literally written everything down, so I just gotta shoot it. And yeah, so guys, when I'm not on YouTube, I am everywhere else, okay? So I'm on TikTok. That's like one of my new favorite apps right now. I'm addicted. So you can add me on TikTok at @NeUnfiltered. I'm literally at @NeUnfiltered everywhere, in case you were wondering, except for Snapchat. But do you still use Snapchat? I don't know. I still be on there, but I don't know. I'm also on Instagram at @NeUnfiltered. I also have a comedy account. You know, your girl be kind of making jokes and stuff, you know what I'm saying? I might dabble into comedy at some point, who knows? So that is @Nee's Corner. I'm on Twitter. Tweet with me, talk with me. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Please subscribe if you haven't by now. Like, what the heck? Girl, just hit the subscribe button. All right, guys, thank you for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts. Let's vibe, let's talk. And I said that already. I'll see you guys in my next video.